name is Chris. Welcome to today's recap of the NASDAQ 100 futures for September 23rd, 2025. Gosh, can you believe it, guys? The year's almost over. And today, I got to tell you, we're running it back. Another session of the micro MES Futures. And this time, we're dialing it in even deeper on the 15-minute chart. So here's what happened yesterday. Yesterday, we rolled out the ScalpMO alone on the 15-minute chart, which is this tool right here with the purple line, okay? Blue line, cyan line, purple line. We did it with ScalpMO alone, but today we're turning on PureMO. We're running it at a setting of 30. Wow, that's a pretty high setting, right? And we're letting it do its thing, okay? This is about structure. This is about momentum. This is about catching the move before the breakout. Now, the day started off exactly how we expected, cycling early with no real momentum, and then boom, you had a trend onset and the market just took off, okay? And this is where most traders get killed, either entering too early into the chop or fading too late into the trend. So what I'm going to do in the process of doing this for illustration, I'm going to be marking the exact points and differences with ScalpMO versus PureMO. And this is going to be one of those really illustrative sessions where you're going to see a very clear difference, okay? PureMO kept us on track, and I'm going to mark every entry and exit the system would have taken using the ScalpMO confirmations. So the results, we're going to see some clean reads, no guessing, guys, and let's go ahead and run this bad boy at about 50 times the speed of the market, which is consistent for a 15-minute time frame. Really, if you're going to do this on your own and try to do this afterwards, at least 50 times the speed of the market. Otherwise, you'll be sitting there waiting for the bars to change all day. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo, let's go. That is the first bar of the day today. There was nothing here as far as the indicators to warrant taking a trade in any direction at all. So let's see what happens. Remember, these bars on the 15-minute time frame, they print every 15 minutes. But since I've got this at 50 times the speed of the market, it'll print in maybe about 30 to 45 seconds. So again, guys, the market is cycling. This is how it opened this morning. It prints here on the upper left quadrant of the chart. It says cycling. Why? Because price is inside the VWAP. And whenever price is bouncing around inside these three VWAP bands, price is set to be cycling. Okay, the market state is set to be cycling. And remember, there's only two states in the market. It's either cycling or trending. Now, if this bad boy is way down here and you just got this move up here, okay, this is telling you that you're going to get a potential move to the downside. This is like your first warning shot right there, guys. Okay, that's telling you that price is not going to rise. Price is likely going to fall right there. Okay, so you got to be very careful. Come on. Can't seem to draw it. Can't seem to keep it right there. Okay, that's better. All right, so there we go. Market is still cycling. This is where you would have entered your trade to the downside right here, guys. And you pretty much have a crossing right here to the downside as well. I'll wait to actually get the crossing there before you take the trade. This would have given you the early sign that price was going down right there. So we'll go ahead and take
order filled
a short trade right there and hold on to that bad boy until we actually get the signal from PureMO right here at the bottom. Now, if you're only looking at ScalpMO the way we did yesterday during yesterday's recap, and if you want to see this tool in action, we did a whole replay on this yesterday afternoon, so you can watch it in our YouTube channel. It's there. So we would have gotten out of the trade right there. But we're still in the trade because I'm letting PureMO run, and I'm going to let it run until we actually get a signal to exit the trade. Now, this right here would have been a nice entry to the downside as well. Okay, you don't want to take any upside here, just in case you were wondering. You never got an inflection point hit right here. So you never got an inflection point hit by the price line to actually warrant a long trade right here. So we maintained our position that we were going to take this to the short side right there. So we'll just let it go And remember, guys, today we did a whole demo on this yesterday featuring ScalpMO. So if you want to look at that, the video is already up on our YouTube channel. But today we're actually bringing in PureMO, and we're letting PureMO actually take the signal all the way down for us, okay? Now from this bar down, the market is in trend mode right here. You can tell it's in trend mode because it tells you up here in the left quadrant of the chart that the market is trending, okay? And it trends whenever it goes from gold to red, okay? That means that, you know, there's a lot of pressure to the downside. Now, if you were watching ScalpMO, this is where you would have exited your trade with ScalpMO, which was the previous bar. I actually lost sight of that because I was looking at this. But this would have been your exit, which would have been at this bar right there to the downside. And this would have been the second component of the entry to the downside right here. Just the moment it crosses, right there, guys. That would have been another trade to the downside with ScalpMO. What ScalpMO is doing is it's capturing the strongest points in the trade to get you in when acceleration starts to rise. So it's not keeping you throughout the duration of the trade the way PureMO is. It's getting you in and out little clips as the market, because if you notice right here, guys, as this trade continues to the downside, okay, once this actually crossed above the zero line, look at what happened with price. You know, if I put a vertical line right there, price just went sideways right there, okay? So in fact, let me just go ahead and illustrate that right there, okay? There you go. So that's right here when it crossed above zero. You see how price just went sideways? And the moment that price was about to accelerate and take off, this is where it would have gotten you into the trade, okay? So that's how ScalpMO works. So we're still in this to the short side, and we're just letting it run until we actually get a signal from PureMO that the trade is officially over. This is a very rules-based approach to trading, guys. I'm not sitting here wondering what price is going to do or anything. I'm following the rules. Now, if you were following ScalpMO, you would have exited the trade right here, okay? That would have been the end. Now, PureMO sunk below its threshold, below 0.90. So we are going to exit the trade whenever we get a tilt from this purple line above the green line. So as soon as this purple line, which is the leading function of momentum, rises above the green line, that's where we're going to exit the trade. Now, if you notice, the price line here in ScalpMO was all the way down here, guys, and you just had a complete overshoot. The moment that this tilts down, this is the last component of the trade that you could take to the downside right there. So right there, your entry would be right there to the downside. Okay, and this is it, guys. This is the end of the trade right here. This is the end of the move. This is where we're going to hop off the trade right there and
order filled.
Exit. Okay, that is the end of it right there. Why? Because PureMO hit the exhaustion zone right there, and that is the end of it. Okay, nothing else left in that trade. There's like a little itty bitty component of it that's left here in ScalpMO, but you just had a crossing inside right here as well. So your exit is bingo right there. You're done. So this is probably a scratch if you were trading with ScalpMO. And what ScalpMO is telling you, this close to the zero line, is that price is going up. And sure enough, look at this. Price is moving up.
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
That's what real algorithmic trading looks like right there, guys, on the micro ES. And there you go. Price rolls back inside the VWAP. The bands turn golden again, and that means the move is over. There's nothing else, guys, left in that move to the downside. That was it. Let me just go ahead and pause it there for a second, kind of give you guys a little bit more context where I can kind of break this down for you right there. So this trade went from 745 all the way to 703. That is a monster move that was caught by PureMO. This was the entry. This was the exit right here. And your complete and total momentum shift ends right here, guys. There's nothing else left in that trade. Now, if you were trading this using ScalpMO, I marked here in the arrows where you would have taken your entries and exits. It kind of breaks it down into little pieces. That's what it does. And it does that because it notices that there are certain points in the spectrum, meaning the price over here, that actually get a little bit soft. You know, they slow down. So if you think about it, look, okay, you had an increase in price as price broke out of the VWAP right here. You see how it went from gold to red, and this was your entry right here. And the moment it went up above the zero line, which was right here, guys, it just went sideways. That's the reason I've got this horizontal line to illustrate how price just began moving sideways. There was no strength at all in the move right there. PureMO doesn't care. PureMO is going to smooth that out and keep you in the trade all the way through and through. Then right here where I've got the red arrow, ScalpMO begins to pick up that there's acceleration happening in price. And look, this happens right before this huge drop to the downside. And then right here, the moment it crosses above the zero line, look at what happens with price. Okay, I'll just go ahead and drop another horizontal line so you guys could see. Right there, okay? Price doesn't do anything. It just kind of goes sideways until it actually falls a little bit, and that's the end. The moment it crosses above the cyan line, you're done. There's nothing else left in the price, in the move right there, okay? That's the difference between both of these indicators, okay? One of them captures the short bursts in price action, so it kind of positions you as to where price is about to take off. The other tool, this one down here, basically smooths out a lot of this noise right here that you see that I marked here with the horizontal line, keeps you in the trade through and through. Now, when does this work better than this one? Okay, this works better when the market is trending, such as today. Okay, the moment that price dropped below the VWAP right here and it turned red and the market began to trend to the downside, this works really, really well when the market is trending. Okay, this also works well, but it's going to break the trades down into their individual components. Okay, and if you're a scalper and you're looking to time your entries on a lower time frame chart, this is a type of precision that you need to ensure that you skip over a lot of the noise that typically chops up traders in this region right here. Okay, so that's really important to have a tool like that in your arsenal. So I got a few questions right here. It says, what time are you using? It's a 15-minute time frame. And remember, guys, you don't want to trade off the 15-minute. The 15-minute is sort of your compass that you want to use to understand what market structure is doing. You can kind of trickle it down if you really want to filter it, maybe down to a 5-minute and have the same type of setup if you want, if you prefer something a little bit faster. But then your primary execution tool, your chart, is going to be on either a 30-second, a 1-minute, or a 2-minute chart, depending on your style of trading, right? And that's kind of how you trickle it down. How can you get it in here? It's really simple. You can take it for a 7-day free test drive. This is actually a free tool that's included in the PureMO package. So if you just click the link in the bio, you'll see right there that there's some options for these tools. And both of these tools are actually in the same package. So if you get PureMO, you get ScalpMO, and ScalpMO by itself is like a $99 value, so you get that for free. You can take them both for 7-day test drive, absolutely free. Don't even worry about it, man. Just take it for a 7-day test drive, see if it works within your trading style, and hit me up for a one-on-one so we can make sure your charts look exactly the way mine's look here on the screen, okay? Now, here's a little challenge for my subscribers. Fire up your 15-minute micro ES chart, set your PureMO to 30, and watch how structure shifted from cycling to trending, and use ScalpMO to confirm the entries, and only take trades in the direction of PureMO's signal. That is the key right there, okay? And you can post your screenshots or send them over to me, but just don't cherry pick, okay? Just real structure, guys, come on. And let's see how well you're reading the move, okay? That's really important. Now, for everyone else, if you got caught today fading the trend, and if you chased entries after the move was already done, or if you just sat there confused watching the market melt away, stop trying to figure it out on your own, guys. This isn't about more screen time. It's about better tools. And, you get ScalpMO here for acceleration, you get PureMO for trend confirmation, and you get clear entries and clean exits. And all you need to do is take the 7-day free trial, load these tools, and test them yourself. It's free, and it works. And the link's in my bio as well. So you guys can hit that up whenever you like. And also, guys, don't forget to follow and like, because I do come on here every day at 5:30 Eastern time. And if this is the type of content that you dig, and if you're just getting started and learning how to trade, we got a lot of great content for new traders. And we got a really great community over on Discord. And we've got the tools to help you pass your funded account. So if you're with the prop firm and you're having challenges getting funded, these are the type of tools you need to have in your arsenal, guys. Stop relying on dated RSIs, stochastics, MACDs, stuff tools rendered useless for today's market. You need something that's highly adaptive to today's volatility environment, okay? And these tools really get the job done right here.